Hey there, aspiring guitarist. Our guitar tip of the week is a return to rhythm. And actually, it's where you probably should have started in the first place. One of the things I hear sometimes from beginning guitarists is I told you, I start somebody off with a simple C chord that only strums three strings, and from that we learn some basic 4/4 time. One, two, three, four. We talk about metronomes. We talk about different strumming patterns. But what I often hear is, well, I want to play lead guitar. Okay, well, that's great. Let's get back to our rhythm lesson and we'll make it to lead guitar. But I want to play lead guitar. Okay, that's great. I want to learn the A minor pentatonic. Okay, let's learn some rhythm. But why do I need rhythm? I want to learn the A minor pentatonic like everybody else does. Well, the A minor pentatonic, when used, uses rhythm. Everything, everything uses rhythm. Everything. There is no music without rhythm. It's the reason almost every single, there's always an exception. There is nothing that I can say about making your guitar journey better that somebody can't make an exception to. So let's put that to the side. If you need to jump in the comments and make exceptions, go ahead. But let's talk about why rhythm is so important. Well, like I just said, without rhythm, there is no music. There's just noise. So there's some very basic things a lot of guitar books, a lot of guitar instructors try to do, and many times they leapfrog right over things um, that they don't. Sometimes they don't even break down what. Some people are at the very basics of rudimentary music. Some of them never even heard do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do in school. Some did. Some don't know the difference between a harmony and a melody. Some weren't taught and there's all kind of ways to be taught about it. Some were not taught, think of melody as the notes repeating after another or the words of a song. Think of harmony as coming together more than one, harmonizing, several people singing a song, combining several notes, melody, harmony, rhythm, a quarter note, 4/4 time, 3/4 time, common time, 6/8 time. And, it can be as boring as, I told you, sometimes you just need to strum the first note. 1, 2, 3, 4, strum, 2, 3, 4, strum, 2, 3, 4, strum, 2, 3, 4. Enough of that. Then you can move to strum, 2, strum, 4. Go on and on. Then you can learn, like they always show you, just 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they'll tell you to move to 1, 2, 3, 4, doing a down, up, down, up. And you might be going, God, I don't want to get into all that. But let's get back to your guitar journey and you want to play lead guitar. Okay. Do you want to be in a band? Because I got news for you. Most bands, remember what I said about exceptions, most bands are not going to let you stand there while the drummer and the other guitarists and the bass player work their tail off to keep the rhythm going while you just stand there waiting to do your lead. No. I mean, that's something you'll see in an orchestra when a soloist, a virtuoso, somebody that everybody knows, can just play their part and bow out gracefully. That's not going to happen in most bands, whether they're a folk group, a gospel group, metal, this, that, the other. Okay, I know. Hit me with the exceptions. you're going to have to hold down the fort. And that means you're going to have to play some rhythm guitar and go look at the greats. They all know how to play rhythm guitar, all of them. That's the reason there's so many different things you can do with a guitar, from power chords, fifth chords, if you will, to bar chords, to learning the musical alphabet and going up and down the neck. But let me give you an example. All right, we're going to I'm going to use this under Fair Use Act for practice, and I'll note it. My Sweet Lord, one of my favorite songs. Well, there's a bunch of different ways to play it. I don't want to start that debate either. But very common without a capo is for people just to do an A minor D repeats, G E minor, G 7, G E 7, depending on what part of the song. So if you were just playing, listen. That's not bad, but go listen to the song. Now, I'm not going to play it exactly like it was played in George Harrison's My Sweet Lord, but I want you to hear that the rhythm is different. That is improvising with your rhythm. That's changing up rhythm. It might not be exactly as they played it in the original. And I'm not going down that road either. I watched a video just people jumping each other about the exact way. Rhythm. Get back to some rhythm practice. I've got some videos on here about rhythm. I've got some videos about just muting the strings. If you can't play a song, I've got videos on here about when not to play the F chord. If you're going from C, A minor, and you've got to do a F, and you can hit the C and the A minor, and you can't do the F, the rhythm doesn't stop. So, rhythm. Take a moment this week. This is not a chord progression week for my guitar tip of the week. This is about rhythm. And learn some rhythm. Do some guitar rhythm. Do a search on YouTube. You're here at YouTube. I did some of our guitar worthy sites. Dean Lopez, Learning Guitar Secrets, has some great rhythm courses. Justin Guitar, Ricky Comiskey, Andy Guitar. Try even the A minor pentatonic, the coveted blues rock scale that I do not teach first, and I've told you why so many times, can be done with rhythm and time and with a metronome and things like that. Now, y'all know how I feel about scales. I always feel you should start out slow and hit the notes correctly. But rhythm really, in the rhythm, you find the beat of the music. So focus this week on rhythm. Make your guitar plan for this week to get back to rhythm. You know, maybe all you know is that one little C chord. Maybe you know the E minor. Maybe you can change chords, but incorporate some rhythm. Learn to change up rhythms. That's artistry. That's making music. So get back to rhythm. Rhythm's important. Lead guitar will come if you want to play lead. I understand that. But you know, um, uh, things have different parts, and music is a common. Now if you're soloing, if that's all you do, there's that exception. If you're going to play with others, if you're going to be what many people define a great guitarist, you got to have some versatility. So, that can be part of a really rewarding guitar experience. And it's also, if you're going to play with other people, you got to learn some rhythm because that's what they're going to expect you to do. Now, within that, I've talked about different chord voicings, playing a C, different places on the neck, doing it different ways. But you can even incorporate rhythm with other guitarists in a band in different ways, including fingerstyle picking. That has a rhythm to it too. There's a beat to everything. Listen to the drummers. Try to listen to bass players and where they fill in and how the drummer keeps a beat and how the drummer will change things up. And I mean, guitarists do that as well, depending on, when musicians that sing, many songs will start out slow and then it'll reach a crescendo. It'll go up, it'll go down. You got to learn to vary the rhythm to that. Vary when you strum. Sometimes you don't want to strum. So incorporate some rhythm into your guitar journey. I think you'll find, it's what makes you sway back and forth depending on the beat. Boom, boom, boom. Hope your guitar journey is bliss. And most of all, and I mean it, happy picking.